Sister Lucy Kalapura is a member of the Franciscan Clarist Congregation Convent in the northern region of Kerala called Manandavadi. At the moment, she is discussed widely in Kerala and many parts of India. She is being heard with great attention and respect by not only Christians but also non-Christians. The main reason for this is that she is a persecuted nun in Kerala. Why is Sister Lucy persecuted? The immediate provocation for this is that Sister Lucy expressed solidarity with 4 fellow nuns from another convent in Kuruvelangada who were protesting in public against the atrocity done on a sister allegedly by a bishop. His name is Franco Mulakal, who reportedly raped this sister, whose name I do not know, 13 times. She wanted to escape from his clutches. She sought transfer to a distant place. She was not allowed to be transferred. And finally, out of great desperation, she began to approach various authorities in the church. I'm told that she approached 7 different authorities in the church. All doors were barred against her. She got no justice from the church. And finally, she did what was unthinkable to a nun. She filed a criminal complaint. I understand that influential people in the church use their clout to prevent the police department from resorting to quick action. And this compelled the 4 sisters of the Kuruvelangad convent to come out in public and organize a prolonged public protest in a certain place called Vanchi Square in Ernakulam. This attracted the attention of a large number of people, Christian and non-Christian. And finally, pressure was mounted on the government and the police department began to act, and the bishop was arrested. He was in prison for a certain number of days. Now, Sister Lucy joined the 4 sisters who struck and undertook this protest in Vanchi Square and sat with them. And this angered the church, because imagine a nun showing solidarity with fellow nuns who are protesting against a bishop. Whatever the bishop did is all right, but as long as he is a bishop, no nun should raise her voice against the bishop. And this is our piety, you see. But I salute Sister Lucy for having shown solidarity with these 4 nuns who were seeking justice. Since then, Sister Lucy has been systematically persecuted. An order of dismissal from her her convent was passed. Sister Lucy appealed to the Vatican. I don't think Pope Francis ever got to hear of it. A certain department processed her application and sent a letter, 5-page letter in Latin, to a humble sister in Kerala with the instruction that she must represent her case within 10 days, otherwise no further appeal is possible. I mean, this is clearly an insult, my friends. I mean, you sent a letter in Latin to a lowly nun in Kerala without any English translation, and she must reply to that Latin? What kind of a mockery is it? Anyway, she pressed for an English translation. Eventually, she was given the translation, and a reply has been formulated, and a further appeal is now pending with the concerned authorities in Rome. Frankly, I don't want to be cynical, but having watched how churches act, I don't really expect that they will do justice to Sister Lucy. Be that as it may, what I want to say to everybody is this. To me, Sister Lucy is like a fresh breath in the life of a stale church and a stale Christian community. I liken her to the pool of Bethesda, where every now and then an angel will come and stir the waters, and only when the waters stirred will effect healing. There is a whole community waiting beside the pool of Bethesda, and anyone who gets into the pool first after the waters have been stirred by the angel would be healed. So I see Sister Lucy as a stirring in the stagnant waters of the Kerala Christian community. And I believe, and I strongly, sincerely believe, that all of us must thank God for giving us a sister who has the courage of a conviction and is now serving as a clarion call for church reform. And I have no doubt in saying, I've been a priest for 40 years. I've had everything to do with every denomination in this state and in the country. I served in the National Commission, looking after the minority educational rights of all Christian denominations in this country. I worked very closely with the top Christian leadership in this country. I know the realities within churches. And I'm a follower of Jesus Christ. And as one who is passionately committed to the Lord Jesus Christ, I can tell you that the system that we call the church is far away from the teachings of Jesus Christ. That is why various forms of oppression thrive within the church. I don't have to say this. I can safely quote the authority of Pope Francis, whom I greatly respect. If there is one Christian globally that I respect, it is Pope Francis. And out of respect for him, I've started attending the Catholic congregation Sunday worship in my neighborhood. I'm a CSI priest, but today, if at all I go to a church, it is to a Catholic church because I respect Pope Francis that much. Now, it's Pope Francis who said that thousands and thousands of nuns are physically exploited by priests, but they have to endure their outrage in silence because, and I'm quoting, they fear reprisal from these people. The word he uses is reprisal. The second thing he said is, unfortunately, these nuns are indoctrinated, brainwashed to respect their authority without questioning. And that is the depravity that Sister Lucy is challenging. And I think she is rendering a human service to Christians not only in Kerala, but all over the world. She is an instrument in the hand of God to bring spirituality back into the life of the church. Now, whether the church is ready to accept the discipline of spirituality or not, they will prove themselves. I don't have to say anything. By the way the church reacts to individuals like Sister Lucy, they will make a public statement. Look, we have rejected Sister Lucy a long time. We have rejected Jesus Christ a long time ago. And therefore, people like Sister Lucy, who is passionately committed to Jesus Christ, have no place in the church. I mean, I would refer my viewers to a story by Dostoevsky, Fyodor Dostoevsky. It's called The Grand Inquisitor. And it's the greatest story ever written. By common consent, nobody disputes this. The greatest story ever written is The Grand Inquisitor by Dostoevsky, and it depicts the encounter between Jesus Christ and a cardinal in a place called Seville in Spain in the 16th century. And what the cardinal tells Jesus Christ is this: get lost. You have no business to deal with or to mess up our affairs. You had your time. We took over the church. Now we run the church. Don't dare to utter a word more. You have no right. If you utter a word more, we have the fire burning for you. It's called auto da fe. Auto da fe. That's the fire in which heretics are burned. For your information, I must tell you that the Grand Inquisition, the Spanish Inquisition alone, burned, killed, exterminated more than 80,000 people who were Christians because they claimed for themselves the right to pursue the truth. Therefore, they had to differ from the church. So, this is the essence of the story. Jesus Christ is arrested and he is cast out. And that's the reality which is confronting all of us. So, Sister Lucy is not just an isolated nun. Of course, she is now about to be dismissed. Of course, she has been turned into an untouchable in her own congregation. She is not allowed to carry out any religious duties for reasons that are not known to anyone, right? And therefore, my friends, I want to recommend Sister Lucy to the global Christian community Here is a nun who shows rare courage to stand by her convictions and also believes that what she does is being done on behalf of all oppressed nuns in their thousands, not only in Kerala or India, all over the world. The time has come for the oppressed sisters of the world to come out in the open and cry in public against the oppression that they don't really have to surrender and suffer, surrender to and suffer. Therefore, Kerala is fortunate in having a voice that is globally valid. And I commend Sister Lucy to the global Christian community. And I'm sure that her stand, her insights, her arguments will resonate deeply with every sincere Christian everywhere in the world. And therefore, to you, my brothers and sisters all over the world, I commend this humble but heroic sister who stands by her convictions and who wants to be the bride of Jesus Christ without compromising her purity through the church loyalties that are militating against discipleship to Jesus Christ. Thank you for your very patient hearing.